Hello, everybody. I am here with one of my awesome top producers, Miss Vicki Galvan, and I will have her introduce herself in a few minutes here. But Vicki's been one of our amazing agents for the last 4 years and has done phenomenal growth in her career. So I really want to share her story. A little bit kind of resonates with me being a single mom and, really just hustling in the business, and I admire you for that. So tell us a little bit about you and your story and how did you get into real estate? So let's start there and then we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm Vicki Galvan, and I've been in the business 4 years now. Having said that, what really motivated me to come to the business was having design background. I was already decorating homes, remodeling homes, and I had been working with some investors, builders, what have you, and they encouraged me. They said, Vicki, you would be amazing at also getting into real estate. I think you would do amazing, and with the work that you do, you could just knock it out of the ballpark. Thought about it, struggling as a single mom, divorced, finances were huge and still are. So I decided that to supplement myself with another source of income. Mm-hmm. That's really why I did it. And it's helped. It definitely has. I've grown from it as a business. I still have my business. And with being an agent as well now, it just, it supplements more than one income. And I feel that was one of the best decisions I've made ever. It's my time, and it's a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work, and it doesn't come easy. And people, if you think it does not. It's a lot of time, hours, nights. Just your world basically becomes this.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. And you are one of the hardest working people that I know. You're here, you show up day in and day out, right? And the results are obviously, the results show up, right? So let's talk about your production. In the last 4 years, like, were you happy with your success last year? You really broke through and broke some records, I would say. And what does that mean to you? Like, being that you've only been in this career for 4 years, it's like, and really succeeded at this level.
My production level, first year, I was coming in, day out, daily, learning from other agents, overhearing, asking questions, asking the right questions, mm-hmm. so that I knew what I was doing with my contracts, how to really master that contract and understand it, mm-hmm. and really know what I'm doing. As an agent, you come in and you look at all this verbiage, and although you go out there, you have to be really careful. So I really had to learn it and memorize it. I think the key thing, the breakthrough, was really working with the right agents, coming in day out here at our office, and having people that are willing to help. So that was my first year. And then also I worked every weekend in open house. I was working religiously every weekend. I think I didn't work 2 weekends the first year, and that was Thanksgiving weekend and Christmas weekend. And the only reason I didn't work was because nobody would answer my call. So, I was just adamant about getting out there. And with that being said, then I was able to build a relationship with all of those that I worked with for that first year.
Yeah.
And then from there, it just doubled. And after that, it doubled again. And, thank God I have many of them, or most, that still admire me and call me and send me referrals. And you just don't stop.
Yeah.
And that's basically it.
The consistency, right?
The consistency and being disciplined.
And doing that.
It's discipline.
Awesome. So, obviously with Keller Williams, we have a cap, right? And you capped in like 30 days, 60 days?
Yes.
Very quickly,
yes.
Right? And that's amazing.
It is.
That's like unheard of in some cases, right? So what did that mean to you in your world? Like, to be able to accomplish that in such a short period of time? Because that was a huge celebration.
It is
right?
a celebration still.
Yeah.
For me, every day I think about it and I think, okay, I don't think that I capped, but when I was able to pull my head out of my desk and everything that I was doing, I realized, oh my gosh, I capped in that short amount of time, not even realizing it. I'm one of those people that I do what I need to do and not look at the number. Although you want to know exactly where you're at, who you're meeting with, if you're meeting your goals or and whatnot. But when I came up and took a deep breath, I realized what had just happened, and I actually cried. I mean, just thinking about it now gets me emotional. That's huge for me. It was huge.
It is.
And so, I don't plan to stop. But yeah, to me that was huge, and it still is.
Yeah, and I congratulate you.
Thank you.
That was amazing. I mean, like I said, it's such a huge accomplishment, right?
At 100% till December. I mean, till October.
Yeah,
I have it till October.
That's awesome.
100% commission. That's huge, guys.
Yeah, that's it, right? I know. So one of the things that I've visually seen in the last year for you was that you really were aligning your business and getting systems down, right? Really organizing your business and leveraging. So I really truly feel like that is one step that really just takes you to the next level,
right?
And unit count, right? And production overall. So how did that start, or what did you do to leverage your business all of last year to really have a breakthrough?
Well, what I have done is I've read the book several times, is How to Be the Millionaire
Real Estate
Agent book. And so it's important that you pick that book up and digest some of those things and really implement your systems and processes. Without that, then you lose your thought or direction on what needs to get done. And so to me, that's important that I keep a process and a checklist in order, although it's still difficult to master all of it and get through every single one of them. But with a system being there and in place, it's helped me tremendously, just having an assistant as well that can keep me grounded. That helps.
Was it hard for you to let go? Because I know that's one of our biggest challenges, right, as realtors, is that when we start to leverage, it's hard to let go of those little things that you love to do. Was it difficult for you, or was it easy, or was it?
It's still difficult.
Okay.
It's still difficult.
Yeah.
I as a mother, you're in control of all of it. You're the head of household. You're the one who runs your ship. And so now you're giving someone else a trust that you feel could do better than you, or at least you want that. And just allowing things to happen, and allowing, not mistakes, but things are going to happen. It's just getting to that finish line. But yeah, it's been tough. It still is tough. I'd say the toughest thing for me. Is to let go.
Is there any suggestions that you would say? Like, how have you been able to, although it's difficult, right? But what did you have to do mentally to say, I just have to let it go? Like, I have to leverage in order to grow.
I feel that what I did was working with others is really analyzing and embracing what their biggest talents are and applying those.
That's huge. Yeah.
That's huge. Not everyone's going to be like Vicki. Not everyone's going to be Natalia.
Right.
So basically, to me, it was just really getting to know that person and embracing what their strengths are.
Yeah.
And allowing them to take that strength forward. And I feel that is what keeps me more grounded in regards to that.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So what's the vision for 2019? Like, what's your goal with unit count?
Well, no secrets. I feel that this year, my unit, I'd like to push on my GCI. I'd like to see at least 40 to 50 units solo. Can I do that? Yes. Will it happen? God will have to help me.
You'll intend for it to happen, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. I think that just basically prioritizing what is important also, and allowing myself to say no to certain things and not taking on too much. You're taking on a lot, but I think that you want to take on the things that are valuable and important, not that the rest isn't, but what's going to get you through that day and momentum, and finish it. Finish that project that you've started is huge. Otherwise, it's taking up time throughout the week, and you're really not finishing a project. So what I've learned to do is shut the door, whether it's in my office or my home office, and not have any kind of disturbances at all that would affect my production in accomplishing one thing to the next and not being the normal social butterfly that I am.
So let's talk about that. So you have a 13-year-old daughter, beautiful daughter.
Thank you.
How do you balance, like, how structured do you need to be, or how important it is to have a calendar and say, I have to time manage, and be purposeful with my time, because you need a balanced family, right? So how does that look for you?
Two ladies in the house. Do I need to say more?
Right.
I feel that the first year for me in the business was a blur. It was a blur. I don't have any regrets, but I think more in these last 6 months, I've allowed myself to take that time to embrace her even more and spend time, quality time. What is quality time as a parent, right? So it's giving us the time that we need to grow as our own little family and partners. To have her see, how great life is, and keep that balance of dinners together and doing things together, and not just, leaving her outside. Is it hard? Absolutely. Is she bossy and needy? Absolutely. But, it's a part of it. It's a part of it. So I've learned more now. So Mondays and Wednesdays, I have committed myself to picking her up from school on Mondays, taking her to her cheer practices, and picking her up. If I'm falling behind or just for whatever reason, then I always have a backup in place. But I've done everything in my powers to give her that time that she deserves.
Awesome.
That's awesome. That's hard.
So, that's crazy. And she's growing up so fast too,
she
right?
Is. She is.
That's awesome. So, let's talk about culture. Like, what does that mean to you to have, be in an office that has culture, or, just embracing that, and, what does that look like to Vicki? Like, how important is culture to you?
It means everything to me. Being in the right place. I think that the environment that we are in is really what sets us apart to other offices. I feel the energy, the culture here, the respect, the mutual respect that we all have is huge. The synergy that we carry in the office, that to me it just speaks volumes. I felt it when I first met Jim, the first day I met him. I didn't even know who he was until after I left. I had no clue who this Jim Brown man was, and then I realized, whoa, he's the owner of the business, and he just was just a real person. And so we have real people, real lives, and to me that means everything.
No, it's true. I feel like it's the heart of the company, and the way we do business. So, So let's end with the last question. I mean, everybody talks about the shift, right, in real estate right now. Technologies is here, or it's present. We're living it, right? It's part of our world, our business. But what are your thoughts? I mean, what are you doing right now to shift-proof your business? Meaning, because technology is at the forefront, and I would say real estate is probably, the most competitive time. For us that have been in the business, 10, 12 years, it's a huge change, right, to 2019 and the future of where it's going. So what are maybe some of the strategies that you're implementing right now in your business to stay true to, even though, like, we do have this competition, and it's out there. We're dealing with it day in and day out. So what are some of those things that you're just, maybe, let's say, that you will never deviate from, that you're going to continue to do regardless of what kind of shift we have in the market?
Right. Well, I wasn't here for the previous shift that happened, so I I see as far as numbers, days on market, I do look at that. I do look at the arrows pointing down with the price drops, what have you. But as far as a shift, my plan is just basically keep them in your database, keep in contact with them, let them know that you're available and still in the business. I can't think of another thing other than just keeping top of mind and not have it be so business all the time, but also just be genuine. They know me as a person, and I don't plan to change that. I think keeping a tight ship with your sellers or your buyers, and just letting them know that you're there and available. Keeping a close relationship with your lenders, that's another one. Referrals from your partners, your affiliates. So there's just, so that's my thought process, and also maybe stepping up my game a little bit more technology wise.
Okay. Embracing the technology and allowing, even like for today, it was just being in the forefront of exposure and being out there. So I think that's important. I think that, these younger millennials are, doing a lot of the Instagram and a lot of this online social media. I'm not one that walks around with the camera and says, this is who I am. But I think that there will be at some point, not that I would be in the photo, but just allowing or educating other millennials and other individuals. I think more than not, and maybe that'll help throughout the shift. And not feel it so hard. I truly feel it. I think that's the common, as I'm speaking to several of you, is that, being really connected with your sphere and your database, like the relationships, So, how important is it to be very, very solid in your value proposition while you're doing business? I think that's one of the things that I feel like is one of the most important things right now to really stand out from the competition that's out there, So, anyways, thank you so much for your time, Vicki, for sharing your thoughts and your story. I absolutely adore you, and that you're, part of our office, and we just love having you. So we wish you nothing but an amazing 2018, and we'll see you soon.
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you for having me.